Today we're going to be looking at a power steering pump on a 2011 Subaru Impreza Outback Sport. It has been making a pretty awful whining noise for the last few weeks. Found that there is a leak where the upper hose comes into the power steering pump from the reservoir. Let me start it up and let you guys hear what it sounds like. So yeah, with that noise, obviously there's some problems going on. We can definitely see there's some fluid. I cleaned this up a little bit ago. You can see it's leaking fluid out around that fitting there. Assuming that the O-ring has gone bad, so we're going to get in there, take that out, and put a new O-ring in, refill it, and hopefully we'll be set. All right, so the first thing we got to do, just to make this a little bit easier after we replace the O-ring and get it put back together, we're going to need to bleed the system out. So in order to do that, we got to get it up in the air. Sorry guys, rookie move there. You'll probably notice I'm wearing different clothes now. Sometimes I get a little too excited to get into things and forget to change into my work clothes. So anyway, now that I've gotten the right gear on, let's dig into it. All right, so before we get into taking this hose off, I'm going to go ahead and try to get as much fluid out of the reservoir as I can. Have a little pneumatic. It's actually a pump for doing brakes, flushing brake systems, but it works pretty nice. You hook it up to your shop air. Got this little end here that you just stick into your reservoir. Try to get down into all the little nooks and crannies. You don't have to get it all out. Just try to get to where I'm not making a huge mess. There's this little puddle back here behind the pump. I'm gonna go ahead and clear that out as well. That is that. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna remove this upper fitting. And before I do that, let me get some paper towels, as it's going to leak a bit when I take this apart. I'd like to catch as much of it as I can from dripping down. All right, yeah. How are we going to want to do this? So I need my picks, right? And I need some O-rings. Okay, and that's the O-ring that we want to replace. Okay, so we're just going to use this pick tool here to pull off the old O-ring. Looks like that one there is pretty close to being the right size. So we'll go ahead and slide that on there. Push that fitting back down in. I always like to get things in as far as I can by hand before I start to go at it with a wrench. Nice and snug. All right. Get it all dried up around there. Okay, we're going to fill the reservoir up to the cold minimum line. We're just using some automatic transmission fluid. Dextron is what this calls for. So you'll want to now, after you've done that, turn the wheel back and forth a few times. You'll start to see air bubbles come through. I know it's kind of hard to see in there, but you want to try to get some of the air out of the system. After we do this a few times, we'll start it up and do the same thing. But again, I just want to try to get a little bit out before we start it up. All right, and you can see just by doing that, turn the wheel back and forth a few times, that level has gone down. So we'll add a little bit more. And just trying to get as much air out as we can. All right, let's go ahead and start it up and we'll see what happens. So the pump's still a little noisy. I think we need to add a little bit more fluid and see if that helps quiet it down a little bit. So we're going to turn the wheel back and forth a few more times now that we've got that little extra fluid in there. And just trying to get as much air out as we can. All right, let's go ahead and start it up and we'll see what happens. It's definitely quieted down quite a bit. You can see that it's still not leaking over there. We're going to let this run for a bit, come up to operating temperature, and just make sure that as we turn it, we get continue to get all those air bubbles out, and hopefully call this one done in just a few minutes. We've been running for a while. You can see we're still dry and clean here. Our levels are looking pretty good over there. Let's give the wheel a little bit of a turn. Here, most of that the squeal I was making before is gone. The level looks like it's staying pretty consistent. I think it's about time to put it down and test it out. All right, let's get it back down on the ground. All right, let's go. fixed it. Hey guys, sorry, phone died, so I had to charge it up. Anyway, while it was charging, I did a quick hose down on the engine, cleaned it up. I'll just give you a little peek and see what it looks like. Okay, so you can see we're looking nice and clean here. No leaks, everything's good. We've got our fluid level is good. It's sitting right above the cold max line. Again, it's still cooling down a little bit, but there was a bit of steam coming off it after I ran it, just from it burning off all that fluid that had leaked out previously. So everything is looking good. I'll go ahead and start it up and let you guys hear what it sounds like now compared to what it sounded like before. So running much quieter, doesn't have that same chirp that it had before. Okay, hope you guys liked the video. Hope it was informative for you. Hopefully we fixed it, but only time will tell. If you liked it, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully I've got a fleet of cars out there, so plenty of projects coming up that I'll do some of the same type of things, record them and get them out there for you. This is my first one, so hopefully I promise you they'll get better as we go along. Comment down below if you got any questions. Thank you.